So what's good, people? Here's another video that has to do with some couple of trades I was able to take in alliance with Potence. So watch for yourself and then get acquainted with this so that it's gonna help your trading experience. Remember to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell if you're new to this channel. See you in the video. So that when price gets to this particular position, I should be expecting an anticipation to my next area of bias. So that was how I printed here, and then this was where I entered. Although it was actually a very small trade, but nevertheless it was still a win trade for me. As you can see, I had to set my stop loss right at this region. My stop loss a little bit be above the trend line, and then I this was my you know this was my where I placed my this was my entry position, as you can see right there, and yet I did my take profit, and it was actually a sharp 1:4, and that was how I was able to catch this particular trade. Of course, my risk to reward twice of it quadrupled my risk amount, as you can see right there. So that was how I was able to take this trade. And then this was the first trade. The second trade I had to take was on this other part of this axis. I had, if you have not watched my video on top down analysis, you see it shrouded in this particular channel. Do well to go through that video. It's going to help you and your entire trading experience. So before this market structure, there was a bullish trend that sponsored this other bearish trend, and before that there was I was able to identify my zone right in this trend. I was able to identify my zone, of course, which was my order block, and then after which I was able to also spot the fair value gap right here. And I've also made a video on how to know if another block is of high probability. You can go as well to also check it right in this channel to help your trading experience. If you're enjoying value, do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever it is we drop new video as well. Alright, so I was able to identify this particular fair value gap, as you can see right here. So right from the previous trend that we had, which was actually bullish, and immediately price did all of this he did with this particular bearish trend and got to this point. It didn't really tap into my order block. Now price got to my fair value gap, and of course, through the help of my Fibonacci, I was able to see that price was actually at the zone, at my discounted zone, for me to be able to initiate a buy, because the price at this point was actually very cheap. So what I did was I had to now go long in this case, and this was what it actually printed for me, because since I went long, sorry, while this remains, I went long right here, and I was able to get straight up to that point, and this was actually, I left my SL right directly in the zone where I have my demand zone and so on. So that was where I left it, and pretty much this was what it printed. So let's go to the channel, let's go back to the chart and see things for yourself, as I'm going to be walking you through, because I just did that. Now I'm actually still on the trade, as you can see right here. So this is actually what happened. Remember, all of these lines you're seeing are my printing lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower highs, and then right to this point, as you can see, let me make it a little bit broad so you can see clearly the chart and what we are doing. As you can see, this is pretty much this line you're seeing serves as my trend line. I'm just taking it serves as my trend line, and then this was actually series of lower highs and lower lows, as you can see here. Lower low, lower high, lower. So this was actually price was doing on this day, and it got to this point. Are you seeing what happened? And then I got my confirmation right in this particular point. Remember, before now I had already taken some couple of trades here, and then it was actually profitable. And then before this main push started right here, I was able to gain my confirmation, and this place actually played a big role in my confirmation. Now I always tell traders, you take your time to observe the last candle that brings, or brought about the change or the market structure shift. In this case, very important. And in this case, we had the AMA candle that brought about that shift in market structure. And then if we want to go by arranging this particular we have okay, before I do that, let's just use here we have, at this point, we have market structure shift. So we have shift in market structure. So let's just say this tends to be a change of character, and since that is a change of character, we are then also having, call it change of character. Are together now? So let's make it dark so we could see clearly. So change of character, at this point we have our fair value gap, as you can see right here. These are fair value gap. Let me also increase it clearly so you see very well. So this is our fair value gap right here. As you can see, very clear. I have our fair value gap right here. Yeah, so this is our fair value gap right here, and if you watch, price actually came through to this zone, to this particular where we had, our fair value gap seated. As you can see, where we had it seated, and then if you watch, it's very, very little, and then immediately cross through our fair value gap. Of course, you could use, Fibonacci to be able to, since we got the retracement here, we use our Fibonacci to get this, measurement down through to where you have the liquidity level, and you could see price has already crossed our 50%, and straight up on 38.20%, we're able to, go long in this case, and yes, that was how this particular trade was actually set. And we are still in the trade as at the time this video is being recorded, and this was where the trade was entered, and this was our stop limit, as you can see, and then SL was just directly below that region where you have there. So we waited for price to actually get to this point, and then that was the push. But actually, I entered this trade right here. But for confirmation's sake, you have to wait for price to break through this region. But I actually entered the trade right here because immediately I saw this impulse candle producing, and I already know that yes, there was a shift in market structure, because in this case now we were supposed to be having, let me do this real quick. At this point, we're supposed to be having, you could see now that instead of price to, break through this level, this previous liquidity, and produce, another liquidity sweep here for us, you saw that price didn't break through that level. So I knew that there's already, a potential shift in market structure right here. So that was what I actually did, and waited all the way for it to, immediately it printed this. I knew that yes, something is already going up for. So at this point, the trade was entered, and as you can see, we are still holding this trade much longer, up to. But if you want to measure it by, TP, we've already hit our first TP, because this was my first TP, because it was just on a sharp 1:1, and then as you can see, price continues. So we are heading to this next TP now, as you can see right here. So this is what I'm actually holding right away. Immediately we get to this TP, I'll keep watching what the market is going to be playing out afterwards, to know if I'm actually still going to take it up to, I'll keep adjusting and keep going. But for now, I've already moved my SL to break even. So currently I'm on break even for my SL. So I believe this actually was helpful to someone. If you enjoyed this, tutorial, do well to smash this like button, do well to, subscribe to this channel so you get to see a couple of videos that we keep creating for you. Now, if you also want a complete PDF that will show you how step by step, or same step by step on how we're able to achieve all of this, do well to leave a coach in the comment, and we'll be sending those PDF to you right there. I believe this next video is going to help you. Do well to watch it. I'll see you in this video.